Now, what are the other representations of the number 2 when we dealing with divine mathematics? 2 represents the moon. The moon pulls tides, right? It regulates our emotions. 2 also is regulated by Cancer. It's associated with Cancer because of that watery essence, because of its intuitive essence, because of the feeling of home and just that feminine um, vibe of the subconscious and stepping into the ethereal realm and bringing it to the physical. It represents partnerships and it represents femininity. All right. Now, as a personal in a personal year of 2, this is how the number 2 plays out. Now, in your personal year of 2, like I said, the thing is pushing P, which stands for patience and partnerships. This period emphasizes a shift from the rapid pace and self-centered focus of the previous year towards a more deliberate, grace-filled, and collaborative approach. It's a year where your emotional well-being and relationships become paramount, contrasting sharply with the active and career-oriented energy of the prior year. So if you're going from a 1 to 2, just know it's your life is about to get rocked. You was just going 100 miles an hour. Things about to slow down. I'm talking about shifting. It's gonna feel like you making one step forward is actually pushing you 3 steps back. It's taking you from the realm of manifesting a goal, which is the year of 1, to allowing a goal to manifest, which is the year of 2. So you learn patience, right? You learn about not having to be in the driver's seat. You know, you're gonna find if you're in a personal year 2, you're gonna find yourself backseat driving and wonder why Jesus took the wheel and he going the whole other way. And you like, but this is the we ain't even going there. That's where we at with it. And all you can do is just be along for the ride. That's all you can do is be along for the ride. So like for me in my personal year 2, I just went from last year was my personal year 2. And it was characterized by deepening relationships, exploring new levels of intimacy, demanding a shift from mental to being like bodily present. It was a year of significant achievements as well. I released a project called United We Stand To, which was a collaborative album where all of the spiritual artists across the country that we created in that previous year of 1. And it actually became my most streamed project to date. And right in synchronicity with the collective year of 2, my personal year of 2, we were going through a collective year of 7. And the song Spiritual Flex on the actual project ended up being a summer smash. It ended up becoming like it was number 48 on the top 50 charts. And it became like one of the most real songs of the summer. You know, so these numbers, when you start to create based upon what cycle is coming up, you're ahead of the curve. You become prophetic, right? This song now has over, I don't even know, I think over like 60 million views on Facebook and Instagram. And I knew that this cycle was coming up, so I planned accordingly. You see what I'm saying? So you can do that too. So like in your year 2, embrace the shift, right? Cultivate patience, deepen your relationships, set healthy boundaries. Relationships was another one that we deal with like crazy. We got to see that a lot of it ain't what it's cracked up to be. And we started to learn just peace, harmony, reciprocity, and like different facets. So that personal year 2 is definitely going to bring relationships. If you're giving too much, you're not giving enough. If you're in a parasitic relationship, if you're around energy vampires, all of that's going to show up for you in your year 2. So adapt and reflect, okay? Any questions for the year 2 before I go to the year 3?
So it sounds a little bit though when you talk about surrender, it because it sounds like Jesus take the wheel and just fall back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Are we saying that people who are in relationships should allow their partner to drive, or what are you saying?
Hey, if it looks like that for you, if you've been too dominant in your relationship, maybe it's time for you to be submissive in that relationship. If you've been too submissive, maybe it's time for you to take the reins. It's about balance, right? So that's what it's bringing up. So it's going to
Mm-hmm.
deepen your relationships, and it's going to bring to the forefront where you all may be misaligned or there may be a dis-ease. You're no longer going to be able to turn the other cheek to it. You gotta face it head on. So it
Mm-hmm.
may look like that. You feel me?
Yes, thank you.
Especially for me, I was used to always like having it figured out, being a protector, being a provider, all these things, and it's like, nah, my G, you gonna have to take the back seat. And divine mama gotta come through. You feel me? Like that's another part of the year of 2 because it's bringing in how deeply you have faith in that spiritual essence. You talk about it, let's see you be about it. How much do you trust the universe? That's gonna come into play. All right.
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
So moving on to the number 3, the angel number 3. The geometric shape is the triangle, representing that Holy Trinity, representing the pyramid, representing man, woman, and child, right? And for the esoteric understanding of the number 3, we're going back to the Bible. And it says, the virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. Matthew chapter 1, verse 23. 1, 2, 3. Just so y'all know. The synergy in the Bible references with these numbers is getting spooky. 3 represents the Holy Trinity, God the Father, which is the masculine energy that we just talked about, right? God the Son, which is Jesus or Heru, and God the Holy Spirit, which is that divine 2 feminine energy that we just talked about. It also says, I and the Father are one. John 10, verse 30. You are not separate of God. The Creator and its creation is one and the same. So, how is 3 represented? 3 is represented by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is all about being optimistic, joy, you know what I'm saying, like traveling. It's that Sagittarius energy. It's like, the guru. It's that creative child, you know what I'm saying? And as your personal year of 3, I just dropped a song. It's called Let's Grow. And in the song, I say, create and be great. Do it now. Trust. Why wait? Why wait? Take up space. And every day go put it in their face. Like, this is what it's all about. It's the rallying cry of your personal year of 3. This is the period dedicated to flourishing through creativity, artistic pursuits, and meaningful communication. All right? It's a time to write. It's a time that's right for enjoyment, building connections, and exploring the depths of your expressive nature. If there's something you've been mulling over, now's the moment to dive in. All right. Now, it also comes with a roller coaster of emotions, but it's key to be authentic, right, within how you're feeling in those times. And whether you're aiming for the spotlight or you're seeking to make an impact behind the scenes, your efforts in communication and performance are especially favored this year. So it's like, take your ambition seriously. And you may find yourself on the path of like great recognition and success. Like for me, right? My last year of 3 was 2015. And in 2015, my artistic journey reached new heights. You know, and me just not looking back on it, I'm like, wow, that really was a personal year 3. The man really be mathing, folks. Because during that year, my crowning achievement was a 30-city tour in the southern region of the United States. And it was me, it was YFN Lucci, it was Rollo, Fam Goon, it was Chaotic, it was Young Greatness, rest in peace, it was Pee Wee Longway, and myself. And we were on this bigger rankings next to Blow Streetly tour. And when we talk about success and recognition, I became a household name in the southern region. I ended up winning Artist of the Year that following year at the Memphis Hip Hop Awards, and I beat out people like Moneybagg Yo, Black Youngster, B.E.O. Lil Kenny. Like, that was really my time to shine in 2015. And fast forward to 2024, right, revisiting that energy of my personal year of 3, it's been both liberating and challenging, right? It's been a period that's been encouraging me to embrace my emotions, be vocal about it, and utilize my talents to support others. And when I reflect on the lessons from my previous cycle, because I was able to go back and write them down, I recognize the value in sharing my expertise to assist in whatever it may be, whether it's producing music. We at the Tribe House, we putting together a whole tape right now. You know what I'm saying? We got the jail session coming up Friday. So I recognize the value in sharing these things and working with other artists. So if you're going into a personal 3, don't just use your creative gifts for yourself. Use it for others as well. All right? So embrace networking.
So we got a question.
Okay.
That's amazing. That's an amazing testimony. We got a question. Do the evens and odds represent giving and receiving versus receiving? Whether you want to look at it.
Nah, that's a fact. We can go yin and yang with it. You know what I'm saying? 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 are all somewhat like masculine energies. You know what I'm saying? And then 2, 4, 6, 8 are all like feminine energies. So it's like a giving and receiving type of thing. For sure.
That's deep.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like it can't be divided. You see what I'm saying? 1 can't be divided, 3 can't be divided, 5 can't be divided, 7 can't be divided. They're all prime numbers. So they're all masculine in their energy because there can be only it. It stands alone. As opposed to 2, 4, 6, 8. You can break them down.
And there we go again with 9 being an odd number that's not prime.
Right, exactly.
The first number that's not prime too.
You said what?
The first number that's not prime too.
You said the first number that's not prime?
Yeah, if odd numbers.
Ah, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
9 is the anomaly.
And it's by 3.
Mm-hmm. I'm laughing at the gifts over here in the chat.
And 9 is masculine.
It's that Mars energy. Super masculine. Fire masculine.
Extra fire.
All right, that was the year of 3. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? All right, let's get on to this 4. I'm gonna light this blunt for the folks. What a light? I see. Light this young man.
You just trying to make me jealous. I can't wait till the day I can smoke some blunts with sauce. Okay.
Bang, look, this courtesy of the Tribe House, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm loving the hospitality, even though we up here to be in West.
Pass the Dutchie on the left hand side. Let me see your session.
Now, the geometric shape for the number 4 is a quadrilateral, right? Quad. So I always remember that prefix quad, okay? Now, when we break down the esoteric meaning of number four is the neutron. It's the nucleus. It's our centered state of being. 4 is the order that was created out of the chaos. 4 is my eye. The number 4 is related to practicality, organization, and loyalty. It also resonates with the energy of honesty, integrity, inner wisdom, and reality. The laws of my eye deal with the 4th chakra, the heart, and it's all about living with integrity, formed from our own inner wisdom of what's right and wrong for self. 4 indicates that you're building a solid foundation with your inner being and fulfilling your soul's purpose. Now, the number 4 is very near and dear to me because my dad is a life path 4, and by spiritualizing matter, I've been able to communicate with him through that number whenever I see it, right? So it's created a spiritual connection with my father through me understanding him as a life path 4 and how he navigated and protected me, right? He was that order for me to be that life path 5 and have a life of freedom, right? So from the 4 to the 5. So even like with these numbers, they play out within your life path too. So if you're a life path 5, that means that you've had a sense of security ever since you were incarnated that allows you to even express yourself as freely as you are. So 4 represents Uranus, Aquarius. We got some water bearers in here.
Alright.
The heart chakra, and it represents foundation. Now, as a personal year number, as you enter into your personal year 4, the guiding principle is health is wealth. Okay? This takes center stage. I'm going to tell y'all, last year my mom went through her personal year 4, and she was diagnosed with cancer. She had to have life-changing surgery, right? This is the year she also started real estate, right? Which deals with the home, which deals with security, and as I'm telling her all of these things, she like, what? So now my mom is even susceptible and understanding of the numbers, and she's a devoted Christian. You feel me? So these numbers are powerful, y'all. Now, in my personal year of 4, this was like 2016, and it was when like a great transformative journey came for me. So 4 is for the form, right? You're gonna take form during your 4 season. Cause I moved from Atlanta to Los Angeles, and it was a significant chapter in my life because it was the first time that I actually was living somewhere on my own, where I had my own apartment, I had a vehicle, I had a business that I was running, I had supporters, I had clients, I had a whole new plethora of things that I was responsible for and had to create systems and manage, all in this year 4, right? And it took me going somewhere like California, somewhere where I didn't have any family. 4 also deals with, family to a certain extent. And I was able to create community and build that out there, right? And my focus on mental and my physical health intensified. Like, I started to be more mindful of what I was eating. I started to understand what I was putting in my body and the effects that it was having on my body, and I started to consciously eat certain things, right? So it was like a holistic detox for me. And yeah, man, that's the year 4. That's the year 4. Any questions, comments?
That's wild because I moved from Philadelphia to Charleston, South Carolina, my ancestral home, and I started doing a lot of ancestor research, uncovering mysteries. My family is here, so that is wild.
Wow.
I'm on that year 4.
You want to
Yeah,
hear
same with me. Everything that you said about your fourth year, I felt in my fourth year as well. I moved from Washington, D.C. to Washington State. Just me and my family building a new family where nobody was out here. We had to build from scratch, from the ground up. My health took a turn, for the better. Better environment, better foundations, better stability, and having all of this newfound responsibility too. So, yeah.
Wow. Did you want to share about your year 4?
Yeah, well, my last year 20 of 4 was 2015, where I first was introduced to math. And this year, like, the whole thing's really been about like family, community, really ancestor stuff as well, like building an embassy and like community type stuff.
No, facts.
But how would somebody prepare or make their year 4? Because my last year 4 was amazing. So like, how does someone improve the success of their year 4?
Gotta get the planner. Nah, real talk, the planner, because it's gonna give it more structure, and then you're gonna be able to see it. You're gonna be able to reflect on it. You're gonna be able to track progress. You're gonna be able to know what personal month you're in. You're gonna be able to navigate it. Now, just think about it. You was doing that unconsciously.
Yeah.
So just imagine now that you have awareness that you're going into it. For sure. All right, now we get into them 5. Keep that 5 alive. That's what the vice lords be saying. On the 5, right? The geometric shape for the 5 is the pentagon. And its esoteric understanding is the equal balance of feminine and masculine energy. 5 is a dynamic force. 5 is the freedom seeker. Even in the way that it's written, right? It starts one way and then it ends up in a whole nother way, right? Now, 5s associate themselves with adaptability, sensuality, pleasure, freedom, motivation, and kindness. I'm a light path 5. That's why I'm talking like this. Put a little pep in the top. You feel me? 5 enables you to change your inner attitudes and outer appearance to suit different circumstances. This level of adaptability enables you to be all things to all people and to fit in naturally to almost any situation. So, if you're going, hold on, before we talk about if you're going through a year 5, let's talk about what's the representations of it. So it represents Mercury dealing with communication, also dealing with knowledge, also dealing with being a teacher of spirituality, or an how do you say that? Ecclesiastical, like religious teachers, like church teachers. Yeah, like that's what it deals with. So yeah, you either a guru, a shaman, or you in that church doing your thing. If the 5 represents you, okay. It also represents Gemini and Virgo, which rule communication and travel. Now, if you're headed into personal year 5, the quest for freedom becomes the centerpiece, touching every aspect of your life. This year promises sweeping changes that will reshape your engagement with work, love, friendships, spirituality, and your leisure time. It's a period to break free from any constraints that have hindered your authentic self-expression and to embrace the true essence of liberty. Having laid a solid foundation in your year 4, you're now poised to explore life's pleasures and reap the rewards of your hard work. Now let me tell y'all about my last year 5, right? This was 2017. And it was like when I'm looking back on it, it's so vivid, you know, because it was a year of unexpected like personal transformation. Like at that time, I was unaware of like life path numbers and all of this. Like I just came to back into, you know what I'm saying, conversation with these things when I came back home and was with my dad in 2019. So me looking back on her and I'm like 5, you're a 5, don't do commitment. Man, I tried to be in a whole committed relationship. It was crazy. Like I was trying to be like the best man of the year. And it just wasn't working out for me. And now I know why. Because I wasn't even supposed to be doing it. You feel what I'm saying? So that year also coincided with my Saturn return. So it amplified my desire for liberation from these restrictive societal, governmental, and religious constructs. Right? As I evolved into a more conscious being, my activism took center stage. As I advocated for collective freedom, not just for myself, for us as a whole, you know, in this capitalistic society, and just understanding more of like how we've been lullabied to sleep into this passivity and being docile. And it was a period of awakening for me, and I started to release music that mirrored what I was going through. So I had a lot of like liberating songs that was coming out. I actually changed my stage name from Countable to Sauce God, and my whole mission was to educate people through my music. And this all happened in the year of 5. So in your year of 5, man, embrace change, embrace adventure, stay true to yourself, be flexible, be adaptable, channel your inner activist, you know, and reflect on your beliefs and systems. Like my mom now, she going through a year of 5 right now. I just had a conversation with my mama yesterday, and she told me about her encounter with her pastor. Now, my mom has been going to this church for years, right? But I guess now she just had enough. It took for her to get into her year of 5 to actually be like, you know what? This ain't even what it's cracked up to be. This is hindering me, and I don't rock with how you coming, Pastor. So her pastor had told her to speak at the church, because they give like 15-minute presentation times for certain people within the church week by week. So it was my mom's week to speak. And it was like just coming off of Black History Month, and then we was entering into Women History Month. So she was like, I'm gonna do something on Harriet Tubman. You feel me? So I'm a feed 2 birds with 1 biscuit. How about the pastor came to her and told her, I don't want us doing nothing pertaining to Black history because I don't want to give people the wrong impression. We're a multicultural church. And my mama kind of like snapped. She like, first of all, we only got about 4 white people here. Second of all, if we multicultural, then why wouldn't we celebrate who we are? It sounds like you anti-cultural to me. She said, you even got a picture outside of the church asking people to become members with white people on the front, and it's like 90% black people in here. You brought a white Santa Claus to Christmas. You got us celebrating Easter. None of this got nothing to do with Jesus. And I'm like, dang, mama, you said all that? I said, wow. I said, you really in your bag. I was so proud of my mama. And she said, I sent in my letter of resignation. I ain't going back. I said, wow. That was so inspiring for me.
That's a vibe. It is, and I feel like the change is very Uranus-like. Didn't you say 5 was Uranus?
Nah, 4 is Uranus.
Oh, 4 Uranus.
Mm-hmm. But Uranus is their air, it's airy, And Aquarius represents freedom, and then 5 represents Mercury, which is an area as well. So the air represents freedom. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes. And things happen fast. I feel like people will be surprised at your communication, because what you're talking about is her communicating
Right.
her authentic self-expression, breaking free of the constraints she has. And some people might feel like it's coming out of left field.
Now, facts. Now, I don't want to be the only person up here talking. I want this to kind of be like, we coming together and we breaking bread together. So I've talked. We halfway through. The next gonna be like a little 30 minutes. But I want to hear from y'all. What y'all picking up? What's coming up in this time? What do you want to speak about? What you know what I'm saying? Like talk back to me. Talk black to me.
I'll just share one thing on 5 real quick. 5 is the year that I had my daughter. In the year 5. So we're talking about this change and the stability and your freedom. Also during my Saturn return, and somebody mentioned it sounds a lot like the 4th house in astrology or the 5th house in astrology. And that 5 energy, just thinking about children and planning, right? Plan accordingly. 5 could be a year if you are fertile, or 5 is a year of children. So just keeping that in mind. It could be, if you're planning, it could be a good, if you're going into your 5 year, or if you're not, it's something to be hyper aware of.
No, that's a fact. Thank you for bringing it up. For sure. Anybody else?
Oh. And you said all that information is in the planner? You got any planners on you?
They'll be ready on the 25th.
Alright, but I'm gonna pre-order one.
For sure. Yeah. I'll send you the link to pre-order. For sure. Alright. Anybody
Before you go on, sorry. People, I have put the link and the Cash App QR code for Sauce's planner. But let's say you don't want a planner. You still could send some cashola over as a love offering if you feel so inclined to do so. And I hope you feel inclined to do so.
Appreciate it. Alright. Let's go to the levels. Angel number 6.
This me right here, y'all. This me right here, y'all.
I'm a life path 6.
Oh, snap. Okay.
I'm an 11,
The love bug.
Oh, Sauce, maybe this is a good time before you move on to 6. I'm glad that person mentioned this life path. In theory, how would you integrate your life path number strategies with your personal year strategy? Because one is a constant, but one is a change. What are some ideas around the management of that?
All right. So you got to get the plan. I got to plug the plan again. But it plays a pivotal role in whatever year that you're going through. So for instance, me being a life path 5, this personal year of 3 is right up my alley, right? We talked about being the creative child and the 5 representing the child as well. We talked about these odd numbers. So some cycles you go through are going to be easier to navigate than others based upon your life path, because this is the energy that you walk with every day, ever since your inception, ever since your birthday. So, for instance, Kat, what's your life path
I
number?
am a 3.
So you a 3, you going through a 6. The 6 gonna be a little different for you. Alright? So with you being a 3 and you going through a 6, you're really known for like all of your creativity, your spirituality, your expression of self, and just being out and being a socialite. Look, you got the whole Geneva going. You had the Instagram lives going. You was going doing your thing on Club. Look, Cat is a person to know. You dig what I'm saying? Now, in your personal year of 6 though, it's going to kind of take a back seat. And I say that because you already moving in there. You said, man, I stopped doing the Instagram lives. I'm not even on the Clubhouse. You got one joint that you like cool with, and that's cool with you. You feel what I'm saying? Because right now it's time for you to be more responsible. It's time for you to look at taking care of yourself in order to be able to express and do the things that you do. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take you to look into your family construct and start to implement a lot of the things that you teach and share with others, because it's going to call for something is going to happen that's going to put you in a seat of service this year, that's going to take you away from how you normally would do things.
Yes, yeah, on it, popcorn it.
Now, the geometric shape for the 6 is the hexagon. Now, I know we have a bad connotation with the hex, right? But we've all been hexed here to even have a physical existence, because we will have a beginning and an end. That is the hex. Now, the esoteric understanding of this is it represents how we love, the way we nurture, and the way that we care for things. 6 expresses goodness, truth, beauty, and compassion. This is a year that we learn a lot from others and how we serve that collective, how we serve our family, how we help our family. 6 allows us to be in union with our manifestations. 6 is the watering of the seeds. Now 6 represents Venus. It also represents Taurus and Libra. It's all about love, baby. Now, in your personal year 6, it's a time deeply infused with the energy of nurturing, not only towards others, but mainly towards oneself. The mantra for this phase is, in order to serve others, I must serve self. This period challenges you to scrutinize your ideals, especially in the realm of relationships, and ask poignant questions about your role and contributions. Are you overextending yourself to your family, your partner, your colleagues, or friends? Conversely, are you placing undue expectations on those around you, potentially hindering mutual happiness and growth? Now, recap on my personal years of 6. This was 2018. And it was a pivotal event. It was the disillusion of a relationship from my year of 5. Remember I told y'all my year of 5, I was wild. You know what I'm saying? But the breakup was illuminating. It exposed my tendencies towards how clingy I was in relationships, how codependent I was in relationships, how I was seeking for love and validation externally. And it propelled me on a journey of self-love. Right? It challenged me to redefine happiness and find fulfillment within myself rather than through others. Like, this transition, while it was painful, it was ultimately healing. It was transforming a once parasitic bond into an opportunity for personal growth and liberation. And it also brought challenges in housing, because 6 represents the home, because it's dealing with family as well. You know, 4 and 6 running mates. So it's like it brought a lot of obstacles to the front, but it also showed me where my friendships lie. It also showed me that what I was giving, people were waiting on the opportunity to be able to do that back for me. And just being able to like I had like in my year 5, I was just so free. Like I had quit my job. You know what I'm saying? Like I had quit the whole business. I had a whole hair business. Quit it. You know, gave it up, and I was just living. And the year 6 came around. It's like, my G, your funds are getting very low. You know what I'm saying? Like you just having too much fun. You just dwelling in this pleasure. It's time for you to it's time for you to really hone in and become a service to yourself and your temple. So within, you know, their year 6, I was going through a transition stage, and through that transition, a lot of people were there to help out. A lot of friends were there to help out, and listen. I'm talking about actions really speak louder than words. So if you're going through a year 6, don't let a motherfucker talk a good game. If somebody really there for you and they really love you, they gonna show it. You know what I'm saying? And it's up for you to be able to discern who's actually giving that love and who's actually being reciprocal in those relationships, and what you need to set some boundaries on. Because like for me, I had to set boundaries on my relationship with how I was making money. Like yesterday, we was reading something in the Bhagavad Gita about like doing service and doing it out of the kindness of your heart, and not doing it for the material gain or whatever that the fruits may come from it. And the moment that I was working just to make a paycheck was the moment I realized that this isn't something that I should be doing anymore. This isn't a relationship that's serving me. So that's what's going to come up in the year 6. So embrace self-discovery, value actions over words, seek balance in giving and receiving, redefine your professional purpose, and cultivate unconditional self-love. All right. Let's keep it moving. Year 7, the geometric shape, septagon. Just a fun fact. We were just talking about this the other day. We had me and Perk. We flew to Las Vegas to meet with the mother of the Matrix, Sophia Stewart, and she was talking to Perk about her birthday and the synchronization of her birthday and the number 7. But Perk's birthday is actually in September, and September is known as the 9th month. But actually, it's a Hellenization, right? And a Hellenization just means it was made Greek. So originally, September was the 7th month. But, you know, Julius Caesar came through. He was like, give me a month, folks. I need to be a Benedict, you feel me? And then his brother August was like, this nigga, I ain't gonna be the only one with a month. Let me get one of them just too, you feel me? So now we got July and August, so it messed up the mathematics of it, but Sept actually means 7. That's a fun fact, just a fun fact. Now, 7 is for completion. 7 is the number of days in a week. 7 is the number of days in the biblical creation story. The rainbow has 7 colors. There's 7 main chakras that we know and study about. And 95% of our lives is governed by our subconscious, and only 5% is our conscious. So 7 also represents our theta state of programming our subconscious. 7 is the mystic of occult knowledge. Now we actually got a life path 7 at the Tribe House right now, and he embodies all that mysticism, all that spirituality, all that oneness that comes with the 7. Like, yeah, he need a jersey. So the representations of 7. 7's ruling planet is Neptune. The astrological sign for 7 is Pisces, and it deals with mysticism and dreams. Life path 7s are very poetic as well. That's another one. Now, as a personal year 7, it's an invitation to profound inwardness. Right? It takes you on that journey. It's a sacred pause for reflection. discovery, and spiritual growth. This year stands as a threshold between the external focus of previous cycles and the deep introspective exploration that the 7 energy encourages. It's a period dedicated to understanding the self, the universe, and the interconnected of all things. Right? I don't know how many times I've been here and Yogi been talking about self-realization, oneness. It's all happening in divine will. Everything is happening exactly how it should be. That's 7. That's a 7 all day. Okay. So it's gonna be rich with enlightenment, wisdom, and personal insights on how everything is interconnected. So, some advice for the year 7 before we go to the year 8. Embrace solitude for growth. Value wisdom over material gains. Stay true to your path. And find liberation in authenticity. Alright. Now we on to the number 8. We just got 2 more, y'all. We almost at the finish line.
This is beautiful sauce. I just want to say next year will be my 7, and I'm looking forward because you know that's my jam.
Nah, that's your jam. That's you gonna get in your bag. I'm talking about your bag.
This bag, biggity bag.
Oh
bag.
man.
Oh yeah, I got a question before we go to 8.
I'll just add something real quick. 7 in my 7 year was I did my first initiation into Haitian voodoo. So it was this very spiritual year for me, for sure. And I got introduced to human design, just more. I got tons of scholarships for my higher education all around things philosophy. Mm-hmm. So that spiritual energy was very strong in the year 7.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Haitian voodoo. I'm trying to see what this about.
That's what's up.
I ain't never heard of them, man. I'm trying that now.
Yes, you have.
Nah, I'm just talking. But yeah, Yogi, you said you had a question.
Oh yeah, is it like the significance of a 7 in a 7 year?
Yeah, so and that's another thing. Whenever your life path is in synchronicity with the personal year you're going through, that's your year to shine. Like it's gonna be like throwing rocks in the ocean. Like you ain't gonna be able to miss. You feel me? Because you in your natural environment. You know what I'm saying? Like you going to a 6, right?
I think I'm in a 6, going to a 7.
Okay, you going into a 7. Okay, so you just came out to 6. Yeah. Ah, damn. Yeah.
So my birthday is when it turns to 7, right? Or wait.
When the year starts.
Oh, okay, got you.
So you in your 7 right now. Cause will 2024 be a 7 for you?
I'm 826.
I think it was 8.
You going to an 8?
Cause it's 8.
So I'm 826.
8 that's 7.
Oh, okay. Well, then she had she.
Oh no, 8 is 8 is 7. 8 is 6. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so I
you
was
going
thinking.
to a 6. Yeah, you in your 6. So
Okay.
this year gonna be like a shift, a big shift for you. So how you been like going inward a lot is gonna force you to develop relationships and come out of your comfort zone a little bit and embrace the intimacy of the physicality of our existence or whatever. But it's gonna be a fun one for sure. Now, angel number 8.
That's 6.
You said what?
You said the 6. You said physicalities because it's a 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like physicality. Yeah, and a 6.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's just like love.
Yeah.
You know, it's a physical touch. It's like bond. It's like family. It's like, you know, what you can embrace. What you can,
That was the word I was thinking, embrace.
yeah, embrace. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, angel number 8. 8 is the octagon. October. Stay with me now. 8 is the number of infinity. Feminine in its shape is representative of Isis, aka Aset, and the Kundalini energy traveling up your spine to produce enlightenment. 8 is the energy of giving and receiving. 8 is a number of security, grounding, and material. 8 is represented by Saturn, Capricorn, your finances, and power. All right, now now in your personal year of 8, right? It's a period of action, reaping rewards, and realizing the power of karma. It's a time to harness the wisdom, strength, and insights cultivated over the past 7 years, moving forward with intention and purpose. The number 8 symbolizes balance and karma, suggesting that the outcomes of this year are deeply intertwined with your past actions and attitudes. Hard work, integrity, and generosity set the stage for success, while selfishness and disrespect might lead to challenges. This year encourages you to apply your energy constructively, with the potential for significant achievement in various aspects of your life. The 8 calls for clear vision and passion. Because manifestation may occur more rapidly in a year 8, clarity of vision will be key. If you're focused on something that doesn't thrill you, you're wasting the potential that this year has to offer. Now, we're in a collective year of 8. That means, you know, with the 8 energy of family and teamwork and togetherness and all of these other things, what you do in groups will manifest and reverberate on so many different levels, but especially on this physical plane. So what you're collectively thinking about, what you're collectively engaging with, are the things that will materialize this year. So be mindful of your thoughts. Oh. Now, as my personal year of 8 was in 2020, and I made the most money in 2020 that I ever made in my life. Hallelujah. And a significant amount of it was from the government, right? Whether it was in the form of grants or it was in the form of, PPP was going crazy around that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was getting blessings. And not only was it defined by that financial of abundance and the fruition of karmic blessings, right? It also underscored a time of significant career achievement because me and Perk, we opened up the Soft Spot Healing Center in 2020. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like remarkable once you just do the math on it. Like, it's so fun, y'all. Go down all your years and recap them joints. And you gonna see how spooky this shit is. Now, tips for the year of 8. Embrace financial wisdom. Value strategic planning. Recognize the power of intentions. Heal and honor family connection. That's another one. Listen, 8 is big on family, y'all. It's big on the fam. I'm talking about generational trauma to generational wealth. It's going to show itself. And commit to lifelong learning. Those are my gems. All right. Now we on to 9. 9. Yeah, it's the Enneagram. Just like the Grand Ennead. And the spiritual understanding of 9 is that at age 27, right, 2 plus 7 is 9, we have our Saturn return, which is when the planets align at the same position as when you were born, and you have a reawakening, like a rebirth. 9 represents their resurrection. 9 added to any number produces that number again. For instance, 24 plus 9 equals 33. 2 plus 4 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. So it's always going to equal that number again. We take 22 for instance. 22 plus 9 is 31. 3 plus 1 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. It's just continuously rebirthing itself. 9 multiplied by any number is 9. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18, which is 9. 27, 2 plus, just so on and so forth. 9 represents eternal life, right? 9 creates the paradigm that we live in. Any and every geometrical shape is equivalent to 9. Now, 9 represents Mars, Aries, perseverance, and again, we got that spiral of that rebirth. I'll keep that up there because some of y'all might be taking notes. Alright. So, as a personal year number, you embark on a profound journey of completion, reflection, and preparation for a new beginning. This pivotal year marks the end of a significant cycle in your life, offering a unique opportunity to tie up loose ends, release what no longer serves you, and make peace with the past. It's a period rich in introspection, urging you to look inward and evaluate the life lessons learned, the growth achieved, and the paths that you've walked. It's tough being in the year 9 because you don't have any grounding. You don't have anything to stand on. Everything that you once knew is being transformed. You may deal with literal death or you may deal with a spiritual death, a death of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can come in many forms, but it's going to send you into that hermit mode. It's going to send you into a realm of introspection. It's going to make you more aware of the spirituality of our existence. What happens when things die? If you're going through a year 9, I encourage you to study the mycelium network and understand why it even exists and how it decomposes the matter and takes dead things and takes them to the ancestral realm where they're transformed. Like nothing's lost, everything's transformed. And studying mushrooms, what, man, it'll blow your mind to see how life is created from shit, literally. From waste, from what we let go of. There's new life
right.
that comes.
The world is made from it. The world is made from it.
Man, come on, man. It's all connecting us all. So like 9, gonna be a year of spiritual enlightenment. It's gonna be a year of it's gonna be a year of anger. It's Aries. You're gonna be confused. You're gonna wanna do some. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna bump heads a lot with a lot of things, and you're gonna have to make peace with a lot of things. So the 9 also comes with empathy and understanding for others as well, which in turn might turn you into a humanitarian. So, that's what the 9 did with. And that's it, y'all.
You know what came to me? 9 is very much like Pisces energy.
Now, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, the experience of the whole and then having to release before you're reborn into that Aries vibration, but then it to be represented as Aries as well. It's really, I don't know, it's just it really came to me the journey from feeling the whole and feeling everything, and then also using that as motivation, as you know, force to move forward, to persevere, to be reborn, because Aries is the birth, right?
Right.
So
Hey, I'm glad that you brought that up too, because my personal year of 7 prepared me for my personal year of 9. If I didn't get introspective and started to learn the interconnectedness of all things, I would have looked at my father's death in a different light. I wouldn't have been able to even get the gems that came as a result of it, because I would have been looking at it in its degradation. But the year of 7 really helped with the year 9.
ooh, so God. Oh, you ain't never lied. The numbers don't lie. And I see that through my spiritual journey now, of me going through the remembrance journey of I'm going to be doing a microdosing journey, and then hopefully going to my land of Haiti this year, and how the Lave Tech that I had during my 7 year is kind of all tied into this 9. And so, wow, that really hit.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening, for being a part, for breaking bread with me. This was fun.
Thank you. So I only have one more question, and that's to do with when we talk about angel numbers. You know, we'll see 111, 222. What's your thoughts on that when we see numbers? Because I like what you said about your dad communicating with you through the numbers. Can you expound on that before we let class out today?
Yeah, for sure. So, dang, that's really a whole another class. I'm gonna try to make it brief though. So when we see things like 111, 222, 333, it's an opportunity for us to step into the spiritual realm. 3, 6, and 9 represents that spiritual, cosmic realm where we can go from the immaterial to the material. It's like a veil for us to like step into while we're awake, while we're conscious, and manipulate energy. So when we understand the power of 369, even Tesla used this energy. And the reason I'm saying 369 is because when you add 111, what do you get?
Great.
When you add 222, what do you get?
6,
When you add 333, what do you get?
9,
When you add 444, what do you get?
12.
Which is?
Great.
So it's our opportunity to spiritualize matter. It's our opportunity to see how the universe is communicating to us at that time.
I love that. I love it all. You never cease to amaze, and you always come through with the knowledge, dropping that knowledge. And I knew everyone would love you, just like I do.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate all the love in the chat. Y'all showing plenty of love. Appreciate it.
Yes, yes. And y'all scroll up now and get that planner. I think, Sauce, you should come back with Christine one day and do a human design room, because Christine, we've never done a human design room. We have a community here where you see divine design on your left. Sauce, you're welcome to peruse the conversations. And you're welcome to chime in too, Sauce. You're a member of this community now. And let Perk know she can come in here too and be a part of sisterhood over here and dropping her knowledge as well.
Mhm.